Hey, what's up you guys? Thanks for joining me. What we're going to be working on today is we're going to be making a inexpensive duck call. We're going to be taking a short little piece of PVC, the duck call insert. You can pick one of these up online for anywhere $5 to maybe $7. Save yourself a lot of money going this route. And a wooden dowel. This inner diameter of the PVC is just tight enough to where the insert has a hard time going in. So this wooden dowel will take care of that issue. Now follow along and I will show you how we're going to put this together. Now the outer diameter of this PVC is right around 7/8, and the inner diameter is just a hair under 5/8. And this duck call insert that we're using, the outside diameter right here that slides into our duck call is 5/8. Before we cut this with the hacksaw, we're going to heat up the end that the duck call is being inserted into with the hand torch, and then we'll take this wooden dowel, stick it in to the end that needs to be spread open a little bit more, let the pipe cool, and then we'll make our cut. First work, take the dowel. Oh yeah, that goes in quite a bit easier. Now we will leave the wooden dowel inside of the PVC pipe until this completely cools. Then we'll take a measurement and cut a length off of the rest of the PVC pipe and start forming the barrel of our duck call. Now this end that we're going to be working with is darkened quite a bit, which is what we want. We're going to sand this with 100 grit sandpaper lengthwise to make it look almost like wood grain, and it'll blend in with the reeds around most lakes. So this end is still pretty white. I'm going to use a torch, heat that up till it darkens up. I'm going to take this punch, this brass punch. You can use anything you need to. I'm just using this to spread open this end just a little bit more to give it a bit of a flare right here where the duck call insert is going to be going into this tube, and that'll make it look more like a piece of reed, just cattails, stuff growing around the lakes. As you heat it up, it'll start to form a bit of a bead around that top edge. That's what we're looking for. Now we'll insert this, which will flare it out ever so slightly. Now we're going to measure this to about 4 inches, cut it with the hacksaw, and we'll do the same thing that we did on this side to the side that we cut. Alrighty, let's put this in the vise. We're going to roughly, doesn't have to be perfect, roughly cut this at about 4 inches. Just like that. Now we're going to take that torch, darken up this side, insert that tapered punch to flare this side out just a bit so it more so matches what we got going on over here, and then we'll move to the sanding of this barrel. I recommend you do this outside. This PVC, the dust you get from sanding it and the fumes that come off of it when you're using a torch is not good whatsoever. So either have some really good ventilation, or better yet, just do this outside. Now we'll take that punch, insert it into the end. I don't know if you guys can see that, but once you start getting that bead on this top edge of the melted PVC and you insert that tapered punch, it almost makes a little collar. Scoot back some. It almost makes a little bit of a collar right here where you're entering the punch, and that's what we're looking for. So now that that is cooled off, we'll remove the punch, and now we'll start sanding this piece. Now on the ends, both sides, we have our piece of 100 grit sandpaper. We're going to put it end down on the sandpaper, twist it so it almost looks like tree rings when you cut into a dead tree. Do the same on the other side. All we're doing is twisting it on the sandpaper. Just like that. Now for the body of this barrel, we're going to go lengthways all the way around. You want there to be some lighter spots, darker towards the edge. It doesn't need to be perfectly uniform. Start doing that all the way around. You'll be surprised how quickly doing that. This looks like I would have to say this looks like bamboo almost. This blends in really well with the reeds around lakes. Now that that step is done, we're going to go wash this off. Let's dip this in water. Clean all the PVC particles off the outside. You guys see what that looks like? Looks really dang good. Now I'm going to take a rag, run it down the inside, clean that out, and we'll move on to the lanyard. We'll twist up this rag, run it up the pipe. There we go. Now let's do our first test fit. Yep, just like that. Now we're going to work on the lanyard. Now for the lanyard, you can make this as simple or as complicated as you want. I have a length of paracord. I'm just going to do an overhead knot on the two free ends, like that. So now we have this loop. Simple. Now that we have that formed, I'm going to run the insert just like that. This is as basic as it gets for a lanyard. You can always go all out if you feel like doing so, but that's pretty much it. Now we'll just we'll test it out so you guys can see what something simple like this can sound like. And I know from experience this works really well out on the water. So I appreciate you guys following along. Please like and subscribe to the channel. And now let's give this a try. Heck yeah, simple as that. Let's get a shot of the finished product.